goals. So before we do that, though, this isn't a too intensive topic tonight. So let's jump in and say hello.
Oh man, you could have prepared me for that one.
No, it's better on the go.
Welcome in, Lady R. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Geek Boy, Frank, Jamie, and ads on my phone. Hello, Snap Tight. Yellowstone Aquatics, welcome in. Hello, June Only Oscars. See, I could have prepared a little bit better. Hello, Jeff and Crypt Keeper. Yep.
Crypt Keeper asked you to pin his comment that said everybody needs to subscribe.
Oh. But I don't know if you checked out his video. It's pretty good. We just watched that. I don't know how to pin things yet. You can start. Oh, okay. There we go. Stop what you're doing. Make sure you are subscribed. Only 14 away. 14.
I mean, it is possible we could get it tonight during tonight's stream, and we're 12 away. So if we get that tonight, we've got an extra 3 giveaways planned. Otherwise, we just have 1 giveaway to go, and we'll do that after Crypt Keeper's question of the week.
And Dr. Anthony said once they hit 4,000, they'll give me all the fish bone and shrimp. So let's get them there. Oh man, you'd break my heart. All right. Welcome in, Dr. Anthony. Hello, Timothy Reed.
I'm quite excited for Dr. Anthony to come visit our aquatic club of Pasco County this weekend. He is our speaker. He is one of the speakers I've been looking forward to the most to come down. I have yet to meet Dr. Anthony in person. However, I feel like we know each other quite well. So just give me the time to pick you up at the airport, and I'll be there early. Maybe Shelby will be lucky enough she can come too.
Welcome in, Tim and Aaron's water buddies. Welcome. Hello, Scotty the Fish Freak. Said, let me finish feeding the kids the fish, and then he'll be there. Yeah. Some of my students call me Dr. Awesome now.
It's from Rico.
Welcome in, Laura, LJ Shrimps and Snails. I'm going back to taking notes today.
I will have a few
got
good
a
ones.
Good genetic question today on some new shrimp I got.
I look forward to hearing that. How's it going, Chris? What's up, Nate the Shrimp Nut? Yellowstone Aquatics. How's it going, man?
Welcome in. I cannot pronounce that. Bilal? Close. It's not even close, probably. Welcome in, Sky to Ground. And Dee Dee, welcome. Hello, Vanoski. Lady Guppy Beast. Coming in here before her husband. Welcome, J&J Shred Sleds. That sounds like fun. Hello, Night Owl Arium, sorry. PNW Custom, well, welcome. Hello, John and Michelle.
Congratulations, by the way, Harley.
Welcome in, Moonja, Nick Teeter. I'm excited for the giveaway today, too. Because I have no idea what it is. Only you do.
Do I even know what it is yet? I'm going to decide on the go.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Usually when we get in the mood, more people in, the excitement.
I like to go based off of people's...
like you're Oprah or something.
I like to go based...
You get a gift. You get a gift.
It just depends on how the traffic of the comments goes. If it's in one direction, I'll go that way.
Welcome, Spaghetti Nona. Welcome, Eric, with a $5 super chat.
Much appreciated. Thank you, Eric. As always, lovely for you to join us tonight. You don't need to throw money at us, but it is accepted.
Grant loves money being thrown at him. What's he saying? I don't know if I said Moonja. Welcome in. And Spaghetti Nona, Gary from GK Aquatics.
How's it going, Gary?
Oh, I need to get working on my talk. You better. It's next week. This would be me if I had to do a talk by myself. I would be like last minute. I'd be like, hopefully we got this. It says, do we have anything special to enter the giveaway? Nope.
Once we announce the giveaway, we'll give a hashtag, enter the hashtag, and we've got a nice little tool that helps us draw a winner, and we share the screen so everybody can see it live and in action.
Welcome in TJ and BJ. Welcome in Foxy Fishes and Mexicali.
You bring her up for a second?
Yes.
I don't know if you got our message back on Instagram, but it is very strange because we can catch the shrimp out of the net. So is it possible the fish were already in the tank or in the bag? We need more feedback. I don't know if they messaged us back. I didn't see anything. I never check Instagram.
They said beginner shrimp. I'm excited to hear this one. Welcome in GM Aquatics. All right, we're catching up. Maybe. Crip said, don't feel bad pronouncing names, Shelby. Ask Grant to say any of your fish's names. You're right. Welcome in Monster Fish Scout.
I can try. I'll just butcher them.
Welcome in Stoned Aquatics. That's much easier to say. Thank you. Much easier. Welcome in Papa Shrimp.
How's it going, Jerry?
Hello, Poetic Song. You made it. You made it. See, that's how you do. You reverse psychology yourself. That's how you do it. Scotty says, just the fact that you are doing one giveaway says or shows how awesome you are. Doing multiple just sets you further above others. Thank you, Scotty. You're so sweet.
Well, Shelby and myself, we discussed that if we met our goal for the year, we were going to do giveaways every week through the rest of the year. We hit it the last week of November, and it's the holiday season, so I'm all for it.
Welcome in, Dave. Dr. Anthony said that was Grant's favorite band, One Direction. I don't think he likes a single song from them, honestly.
I can't name a single song from them.
I'm going to get you a One Direction.
I think they're like that little boy band.
Yeah. Welcome in, Brandon. That's how you refer to him, as little boy band. Oh, man. Hello, Dave. I don't know if I'm repeating people's names tonight. Crip can't say Latin names either. So I think we are ready. Papa Sherm said, thanks for the message after my procedure. Was very heartfelt and appreciated. Much love and respect to the both of you.
Well, glad you're on a speedy recovery and hopefully back on track to. Don't worry, we're going to give you a pass this year. For those that don't know, you do have a homework to add at least 10 tanks every single year. But Papa Shrimp, we expect that out of you next year, though.
Welcome in, Ricky. And Foxy said the mystery was solved. The perpetrator was a Java fern holding black moor eggs. It was a brand new tank, so I was surprised to see fry after I added the shrimp, but case closed. Okay.
It really threw us for a loop because the only fish in that entire greenhouse are the blue gold split tail Japanese guppies, and they're in the turtle pond. And it's not like it's a full system. They're all in separate tubs. And the snowball tub is literally taller. So it's like there's no way that it could have gotten in there. And then you said like fry, like there was more than one.
All right.
It was a mystery.
Before we start the topic, too, I'm just excited to announce that I did some work, and we do have.
You gotta say that as a surprise.
Right,
you gotta make the people earn it. You can't just be throwing away.
Right.
Oh, by the way, because then half of these people are like, "Oh, I'm already that. I can't." No, you gotta just save it. She puts in all the hard work, and she wants that instant gratification.
I know. LJ said, I got these shrimp because they looked cool. Listed as orange-eyed red King Kongs, but they look like Tybee mix of orange-eyed red tigers and orange-eyed red King Kongs. Kind of both type stripes. Can I breed them back to pure orange-eyed red King Kongs and orange-eyed red tigers?
No, you cannot, because there is technically no such thing as like pure orange-eyed red King Kongs. Those are like crossbred with different genes in order to make the orange-eyed to start off. And chances are they didn't use Caridina Maria orange-eyed blue tigers or black tigers. They use orange-eyed yellow King Kongs. It's just the fastest way to get to the red devils or the orange-eyed red King Kongs. However, there is different variations of them. They throw coals. They'll throw just like dull yellowish looking ones every now and then. And yeah, the red tiger stripes. So you want to keep those far, far away from your orange-eyed red tigers because those will not be pure genetics whatsoever. And be careful with the orange-eyed red tigers. There are red tibies out there sold as red tigers. So.
Welcome in, TJ Niner and Victoria. Welcome in. Good evening to you as well. Hello, Daniel and Michelle. And I read something. Oh, well, welcome in, Asparagus. Ash. Okay. I am blind as a bat, and I put the computer a lot further away. This is not a good idea.
We can move it closer.
It says 1 away from 4K. Is there really only 1 away from 4K?
No.
There's no way. Gary said I added at least 17 tanks this year.
Oh.
You got extra credit.
Nice. I think we are sitting.
It says check your subs.
I think we. It doesn't say. It hasn't updated. It's still at 91 with the year I was born.
You were. Oh yeah, you were.
So, we might have gotten it though if you just go to like.
Hello, T-Buck Nor. Welcome in. Hello, Snoop. Welcome.
Not yet. It doesn't say it yet on my side, but doesn't mean by the end of chat. It is still early, so my side might update. But you want to jump into tonight's topic?
Aaron says I have my 10 tanks now. 1991. 91.
Yeah, Jerry. I'm still 30.
There was something I just missed though.
Shelby's still in her 20s.
I know, it's hard to believe. I look so old. Oh man, the comment's gone. Okay, whatever. We'll keep going on to tonight's comment. So if you get, hold your questions till after he's done talking, and then we'll go over it so I don't get too far behind.
No. Any comments that are on topic, let us know. Shelby, Cook Keeper, they'll try and point them out or send links if that's something that will be answering it a little bit better than I can with what we have to offer tonight. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, TJ Autocross. Says Shelby needs more killies. I do.
Well, it just so happens that for like the next week, we will have company in town, and we will be going collecting, and hopefully Shelby will be getting killies that way.
Killies on the side of the road.
Yeah, ditch killies. They're her favorite.
So, Asparagus asked us, we talking Caridina only today, or are we okay to still be loving the Neo life?
I am going to touch on 4 different types of shrimp tonight. So it is going to be a plethora of shrimp involved within those categories as well. So let's just jump right on into it. 14 minutes of just warming up. I feel like I'm ready for it. Is there anything right before we should start?
Not yet.
All right. So for the most part, these shrimp, everybody always recommends like, oh, what's best depending on your type of water, et cetera, et cetera. Well, for the most part, nobody is going to have perfect water for any of the shrimp except for this one type of shrimp that I'm going to name right now, because stuff happens. One week, your water company will be running perfect water, just like it has been for 3 or 4 weeks or whatever. And then next week, bam, you guys didn't even know it, and they did a water treatment, and your TDS went up by like 200. Your kids, your GH spiked. The kids are making a ruckus. Sorry. But this has caused influx in your parameters, and now you have KH in your water for your Caridinas, and they're not going to like that. They're not molting. The baby survival rate has just tanked. So really, the only shrimp out there that can take this kind of influx with the parameters is going to be the Neocaridina. Now, we set up our tanks outside, and I was just basically like, they're either going to make it or they're not out there, and I'm going to try again because there's plenty of farms out here in Florida that just breed, keep them out all year round. They keep them covered to keep the dragonfly, the mosquito larvae out, etc. And they don't really do anything during the wintertime. And then I've seen videos of people up north who are keeping them and they're walking underneath ice and stuff like that. So I was fairly certain that I was going to be able to breed the Neocaridina on just straight tap water, use a little bit of prime to take out the chlorine, and just send it. And I thought by setting them up, I think it was like early April, that we wouldn't be selling shrimp out of there until August or the end of the year. And we were selling shrimp in those ponds by the middle of June. It was just popping. The Neos can take anywhere down as 70 TDS with just barely any, like 2 to 3 GH. I was breeding those inside with just RO water and barely any minerals for quite some time. And then I've had them breeding in 700 TDS minerals when we go and do tanks at the Aquarium Beautiful contest at the Florida State Fair. Their tap water comes out super, super hard, and the shrimp come home pregnant every single time. They're there for like roughly 3 weeks. The Florida State Fair runs for like 2 weeks, and they're there for the entire duration of the Florida State Fair. And we come home with happy mamas every single time. We do enter like 4 or 5 tanks.
This year, we're definitely entering a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, that's because of this one is going to go all out on some biotopes and other little nanoscapes, and she's going to re-enter tanks that she's already got sitting on the counter.
This year,
I might as well
work
re-enter
in the
mine.
way.
And
I can pick them up. I can drop them off without having
I'm
to worry
also
about
thinking
work.
about the Equinox that we have instead of the truck, because I was always worried about the tank sliding around in the back of the truck. Now we leave the kids at school. We go to the Florida State Fair for the 2 days that we get to set up. And even on like Saturday, Sunday, I'm sure we can find a babysitter for one of those days. But the kids set up their own tanks as well. But the Neos, they can just take higher temperatures, lower temperatures, high GH, low GH, KH, pH, the works. And that is the number one reason I rank them as the top of the charts for the beginner shrimp. And it really is pick your favorite color. It doesn't matter what color you get, as long as you get them from a good source. If you find a local breeder that has the color of shrimp that you want and they have the exact same water parameters as yours, they are going to thrive and produce way more babies than any other shrimp that you'll possibly be able to get your hands on. The only thing is, out of all the Neos, there is one champion that will outbreed all the rest, get a little bit bigger than all the rest, and then also be able to like just take a thrashing. I'm talking like no acclimation. You throw this sucker anywhere and it is going to live. I'm talking the wild type Neocaridinas, but they're ugly. You take a $3 or $4 shrimp from the colorful Neocaridinas and you put them together, and you're going to get some wilds, and all of a sudden nobody wants them, and it's hard to sell them for $1. Eventually we can, outbreed them and start selling them off for like 50, 75 cents on the website. But at the moment, we've just been selling quite a few. People have been buying them as cichlid food because they breed like rabbits. They're easier to breed and care for than ghost shrimp. And in the long run, it's going to be a really, really cheap feeder. Lots of people like to feed them for the rainbows. There is a little bit of benefit to breeding like a color shrimp, like the reds. Some fish just like eating red food. That's going to help them color up. It's going to get their mood increased. And there's just a little bit of benefit with the red cherries, like on some rainbows and stuff like that. But for the most part, the cichlids don't care. Meat is meat, and they love shrimp. So The wild type Neos would be your option there, but really pick your favorite color Neo, throw them in some tap water, dechlorinator, filter that's not going to suck up the babies, and you guys are good to go. It's that easy with those kind of shrimp. But a question from you?
Not a question,
Oh.
more of a statement. But I guess I could ask it as a question. So if you were going to tell a new beginner that wanted more color and easier to keep the color, and you know how shrimp breed out, which color would you recommend to a shrimp keeper?
All right. So if you're not worried about any culls and you just want the best color you can possibly get, the yellow 24 karat, hands down, throw them on some black substrate, dark substrate. I almost said black because this looks black. It's dark green. Yours is black. Yeah. Keep the polka dots out of the substrate. But they just pop on some real dark substrate. I don't know if Chattanooga Ed is listening at this current moment, but he's got his yellows on the laterite, the brown, not the, oh man, it's the fluorite, the red fluorite color, like, so and they don't pop as much, but there is still some nice color to them. So you could maybe do some culling and figure out which ones hold their color more. But on a black substrate, darker substrate, they're all going to look stunning.
Now, on the opposite end, there is one that particularly would be harder to manage. And which one would you say that is?
All right. So it's like a tie for me. I'd say black rose, green jades.
Yeah.
The two of those, or rillies. Any of the rillies that you try to keep. Rillies are going to have more culls than all of them, but colorful culls. You're going to get, full reds, full blues, mix of each one in all different colors. You get the Spider-Man and all that cool stuff. So, but the blacks, you'll throw tons of just wild type looking culls, greens, blues, reds. Depending on the line, they can throw orange and yellows also. So, but the green jades especially, they are going to throw a ton of wild looking. They're not wild type shrimp. They have that glimmer of green shine to them. It's just not enough to call them a green jade or a green emerald.
Now, with that all being said, obviously the harder work, you're going to have a bigger reward. You're going to have nicer shrimp. So like those green emeralds, the green jades, it's not only that, it's just rewarding to see a whole colony that is darker and more beautiful. And, back lines is something you can work on. And the harder you work on one, by hard work, I mean culling and, separating those shrimp, not necessarily killing. If like everyone thinks you can put it in a separate tank, you don't have to feed it to your, Oscars or anything. Doesn't mean it doesn't help the other fish, but you'll get rewarded.
And my thing updated, we're 6 away. It's no longer 1991. It passed your
Someone
year
unsubscribed. They're like, you're not getting to 4K.
No. We got 4 more since my last update.
Okay.
All right.
Math
any Neocaridina questions? You kind of want to scroll through all that real quick, see if there was anything out there.
Yep. June said it got 13. Thanks. Sorry. Continue.
Oh, I was there's no questions.
I haven't capped up on chat, so continue. But I can say hi to everyone that came in while you were speaking. Hello, Mike B from Aquatic Universe, Jenna P, Craig, Richie Vega, Gina, Richard, PA Fish Preacher, Lonnie, and Malcolm. Sorry.
It's not that hard to say PA Fish Preacher. All right.
Preacher. P's are really hard for me, okay?
It is a little bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, it's hard. Go.
Or a lip pincher.
I will find some questions
you gotta say
for you.
Something different. It's not
hello, Fish and Tantics.
Stumbling tonight. You're stumbling
and bumbling.
All right.
I should have warmed up before this.
Now let's say you've mastered Neocaridina and you're ready for the next step, or you just don't want to be a noob and breed Neos. You want to jump right into it and you want to call yourself a Caridina breeder. All right. Well, I've got some beginner Caridina shrimp for you. Starting at the very top of the list, hands down, the champs. Unless you're Matt at Liquid Zoo, you should not be able to kill these. All right. They are the Tangerine Tigers. Now, same thing with parameters for the Neocaridinas. They can go low pH. They can go high pH. The only issue with these guys is temperature. You get into the 80s, they're a little bit sensitive. But hands down able to adapt from low to pH to high pH. Very, very easy. We keep them in low pH because they just breed faster. They grow a little bit quicker. And for us, that's the only way to really meet the demand. I have 2 tanks now breeding tangerine tigers in the Neocaridina parameters. And it's been so slow. I've only sold like 2 groups of them the entire year. The second tank we just got going this year, not that long ago. I think we brought home Klamski's tangerine tigers that he entered into the shrimp contest in Chicago. So it hasn't been that long that we had the second tank up and running. There are babies. We have a 10-gallon tank in the hallway, and there's probably 6 females in there, and we can sell 40 tangerine tigers out of there every week. They just crank them out. They grow pretty quickly. They're a really easy tiger shrimp to breed.
So this was, I believe, a Neo question. Obviously, just got to it, but said, what 2 colors would you get that you could do a lot with? Which I'm assuming this is for Neo, so we'll answer it that. If you needed it for Caridina, please re-ask it.
Yeah. So Neo's Bloody Mary, Blue Dream, the 2 of these colors, I can't say that it's endless possibilities, but you have the highest chance of making purples this way. You can make red, really blue bodies. You can make, the Spider-Mans. You could do a couple different cool things with that cross. However, you're playing with fire. 9 out of 10 times you will get wild type Neocaridina shrimp from this cross. You can get lucky though, and 1 out of 10 times you will get those nice purples, some rillies, and different varieties out of those shrimp. Or you can breed the 2 of them together and not get wilds. But good luck. All right. The next Caridina shrimp that I would recommend right behind Tangerine Tiger. And if you didn't see Crypt Keeper's video after tonight's live stream, go check out Crypt Keeper's stream. Crypt Keeper, please feel free to drop your link of your video you premiered tonight. It is an unboxing video, and he unboxed some of the raccoon tiger shrimp. These guys are tanks. They're super, super hardy. I've had them in Neocaridina parameters and Caridina parameters. Again, all of the tiger shrimp, I'm not going to touch on this every single time, all of the tigers for us seem to breed way faster in Caridina parameters. However, other breeders, they breed them in Neos. I buy them off of them, keep them in Neo parameters. They never really do good. The second I switch them over to Caridina, they take off for us. So, Papa Shrimp asks, when you talk Caridina, what is going on with the water parameters when a PRL starts to look like it's clearish looking? I think it's bacterial, but I'm not sure. Any tips? So there's 2 things. One, as the shrimp grows, there is 2 things that can happen. Sometimes the pigments are just there and the shrimp looks great, and then as it grows, it just becomes transparent and doesn't look as nice. There's just gaps in the pigment. It's just a low-grade pure red line. The other thing is, if it does have the bacterial infection and it is a nice grade, you shouldn't be able to see it. So I just want to say it's just a lower grade. There's not really much you can do if you already have like 4 or 5 GH in the water. I don't know what TDS you guys keep your shrimp at. I was not able to do anything with any shrimp under 130 TDS. I know the Asian method is like 110 is what they go to. But there's a reason why a majority of the European breeders all keep like 150 TDS. Nico even breeds some of his shrimp at 230 to 280. And for us, the 160 is great for some shrimp. 150 is nice. And anything under 140, we just don't have any luck with. So I don't know if that's something you might want to look into. It just, even when I was buying from the Asian importers and stuff like that, they just never did well in that lower TDS water for us. So hopefully that helps you out. And then a good food source. If you're already rotating them on good food, that shouldn't be an issue either.
Red Santa shrimp. Question mark.
These are a crystal shrimp. It is a Caridina species, and it's white face, red body, full red, and then a little white on the tail. So just like a Santa hat where it has the red bar around the bottom, and then the white little cotton ball on top, and then the red hat, basically same exact pattern. Larry D, my man, Shelby has some bad news for you.
Oh, on the live stream.
On the
Really?
live stream, Shelby.
So apparently, if no one knows, I hope you know now after terrible, terrible circumstances, but alcohol cracks acrylic. And I did not know that those two have a chemical reaction. And I went to clean the tank because I did not want to scrub forever. So I thought alcohol would take it off easy. And I cracked the acrylic tank. So we need to figure out a replacement. It is just the bottom of it. All the other intricate parts are fine, but was not good.
We'll pay for the
almost cried.
acrylic and shipping. I don't know if the original creator can help us put it back together. If not, I do have a buddy that's local that can do that for us. Go ahead, interrupt me.
Thank you so much, Michelle Morgan, for the $19.99 super chat. And we get your fun video.
All right, so back to the story.
Thank you, Michelle.
I'm so sorry.
I will thank you for Grant because he is not here.
She was giving me the eye for bringing it up on the live stream.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed that I did not know this, and I messed up. And I almost cried.
It's not her
pretty
fault.
much did cry, but okay.
Here's the full story,
I
though.
broke things around the house.
We finally got the garage set up. There's 22 tanks in the garage already. We now have some tanks in the kitchen. We have moved into the garage. We have freed up some counter space. And that means we have room to set up the traveling tank. And Shelby just wanted to get it done. And stuff happens. Mistakes are made. Lessons are learned. It's not a big deal. But it was a great time to reach out and let them know, hey, we were trying. It's a little delayed, longer than we were hoping.
Richie's up in the group that can't keep them alive. Oh, no. Yes, so I saw your comment earlier about the raccoons, and we'll get to that later after the topic.
All right, on to the next Caridina shrimp is going to be Stardust. A lot of people consider these a tiger shrimp because they're such a hardy Caridina wild type shrimp. They're from the streams of Hong Kong. They're rather like dull and plain until the females get pregnant, and then they just pop, and that's where they get their name. And the Stardust, the whole galaxy pattern, they'll turn dark blue with like little tiny white dots, and then like purples and blue mixture clouds in the shrimp. It is really nice looking. Shelby's got probably the best photo of one. It is on our Facebook, but you're gonna have to do some hunting. It is in the archives for sure. By the way, if you like giveaways, I think we're like less than 40 followers away on Facebook, away from $100 giveaway to our site as well on that. So if you're not followed on there, go on over there and just be patient. We'll get that eventually. But the Stardust, just like the Neos, I've thrown those into tanks that I thought they weren't going to make it. I just threw some moss that had some babies on it, and it was one of my crawfish tanks, and I jacked up the minerals in that tank to like 350 TDS, harder water, and really overfed the crawfish. I was breeding the self-cloning crayfish to feed for our turtles. And when I went to tear down the crawfish tank, this whole time I just thought they were baby crawfish. And I started to look closer, and I'm like, none of those have any claws, and there was no light on the tank or anything like that. And I soon found out I had like 1,000 Stardust in a dirty, hard water crayfish tank that I wasn't doing like barely any water changes on or taking care of at all. And I think we were the first ones in the United States to breed those. We bred them in Caridina parameters. And I've been trying to crossbreed those and the raccoon tigers several times with several different types of shrimp that breed like crazy. The tangerine tigers, the yellow king kongs, tang tai, you name it, and they have not gotten buried up in those tanks. We even got some Taiwan bees just chilling in there now, and they're not going to crossbreed. If you're able to crossbreed them, it would be like a world first.
Welcome in, Brooklyn. Said, would there be a reason that half of my yellow neos would be turning greenish? Still lurking, painting on a ladder right now. Love everyone so much.
So somebody else also, I can't remember, I'm horrible at this, but somebody who just purchased shrimp off of us, I believe they watch our live streams as well, messaged us. They got some yellows, and within a week or so, they all started to turn green as well. And it is just diet. For whatever reason, there's like this little algae in the tank called Kleb. It can start real small on the substrate in little tiny green balls, and our green or yellows outside just devoured it. For whatever reason, it had a bloom in that pond, and the shrimp got a hold of it. All the shrimp turned a little green in color, and then I'd say like 3 weeks afterwards, all the shrimp were back to normal again. It could be diet, what you're feeding. I'm not sure if it is the Shrimp Envy Foods that are doing this. It would be interesting.
A lot of algae wafers and things like that. Sometimes the shrimp turn green. Vegetation.
But oh man,
just like so a lot of clear shrimp, like our snowballs, craziest thing ever. Feed them colored food, which usually brings out more reds and darker colors in fish and shrimp and stuff. They will turn a hue of red, and it's like the freakiest thing. They're not supposed to do that.
There's an algae, a type of spirulina. I think spirulina will turn the neos green. So if that's something you're feeding, or if that, I should know this. I sell the shrimp food. If that's a powder in the Shrimp Envy Foods, I think that's what's turning them yellow.
Yeah.
Or green. Oh my goodness gracious.
GM says, I don't think grays can enter the giveaways. We can send Aquachar.
We have some. If somebody out of the States wins, we have something brewing. We can put it aside and we can give it and send that out instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
t-shirts and hats.
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on. We've already talked about this. We told people we got to come in. Don't worry, Shelby. It's still working. Over here, destroying things.
Yeah. Yes, Harley, I wish I knew this sentence before that happened. So just so everyone else is aware of this, do not use alcohol on acrylic. That was the most terrifying thing ever. So Moonja just said, just wondering, do you think it's possible to keep Caradinas in tap water if you acclimate the juvies into it?
So yes, the Caradina that I'm naming right now, so far we got tangerine tigers, raccoons, and stardust. These three, for sure, no problem, without a doubt. Next one on the list are the cheetahs. These are also a wild type tiger, like a serrata type shrimp, just like the tangerine tigers. They're very hardy as well. I think they're just like fourth on my list of hardiness, but very close. Like they should have no problem adapting to your tap water. However, not everybody's tap water is the same. And when I first started this off, and I was like, it's not always depending on your parameters, because chances are if your water isn't meant for like 150 TDS, 5 GH, and 0 KH, you're not going to be able to keep Caradina. And the bees, I'm talking about the more sensitive ones. And you can always have that fluctuation with a water treatment or something like that. You'd have to hold off. So it is pretty important on those types of shrimp to have an RO unit. But on like most people's tap water, if it's not high enough in mineral content, whether you had an RO unit or not, you're going to have to add minerals into your water. So for all of these shrimp, if you're mixing them to proper minerals for cherries or any kind of Neocaradina, you're going to be able to keep these Caradina shrimp in them as well. Next one on the list is Super Tigers. I really limited it to my top 5. And I did that for a reason, because those really are like the hardiest, the tanks of the tiger shrimp. I know there's people like, oh, you can keep orange-eyed blue tigers, red tigers, black tigers, even aurora blue tigers. in neocaridina parameters as well. But these guys are like just a little bit more sensitive, slower breeders. They're just not really a shrimp that I would recommend as a breeding beginner shrimp, because a lot of people are like Shelby, they want that the gratification as fast as possible, and those shrimp, they're just not going to give it to you. However, if you like to play that slow game and you've got some patience, those shrimp are going to give you the greatest reward when you're able to breed those out and get those going.
Did you answer this question? That's on the.
No, do you want to read it for me?
Yeah, sorry. Steve Black, welcome in. Says, our cherry shrimp fry clear and then turn red as they turn into adults? Or does that mean that they're low grade?
All right, so this is true for all shrimp. They might look a little dull in color, clear, not have a lot of pigment to them, but as they grow, their pigment cells are going to mature. They might even gain a few pigment cells here or there, and those are going to overlap and grow together. And you might have a low-grade shrimp as at 1 centimeter, and it could grow to a medium grade by the time it's all said and done. It could grow to a high grade. That's very rare, but you can have some medium grades turn into high grade or competition grade. So you can't cull too early. That's why it's good to have like a nursery tank if you're really worried about quality control.
Munja said, do you know why green jades turn brown?
If you're throwing them on brown substrate, that could be part of the reason. They shouldn't be losing their color too much unless you're breeding them out and then the babies are just brown and you're not removing the adults. In order to keep the quality of the greens green, you really have to cull, and it takes the most work, just like we mentioned before.
Yeah. WB says, can you cross the tangerine tigers with the caridina that don't like neo parameters to make another shrimp that don't give about water parameters?
So we do, and that's actually the next shrimp that are on my list to talk about. So we have tang tai and tai bees.
Shrimp answered right after it.
Oh, all right. These guys are excellent because they have bee genes in them as well that need the absolute perfect parameters in order for the baby survival rate to be worth it. But they also produce some of the tiger genes that give them the hardiness that they can just survive a little bit wider of parameters. So the tai bees and the tang tai, they're pushing the limits on what you can do with the caridina shrimp. You're not going to get as high of baby survival because like the tang tai and tai bees, they can both have tai bee genes in them. And those babies, if they have any KH, they're going to have a really hard time molting as babies. And if they can't molt, they're going to die in their own shell, basically. But you can get like the tangerine tiger looking ones and stuff like that. Some stripes, some cool patterns. It's just going to be not as many as you would if you kept them in the lower pH parameters. Yep.
Dr. Anthony says, how do I get my 24K to be yellow again? Was it a non-culling problem?
What
substrate do you have?
It might be a substrate issue. If you're not keeping them on black, you should go back.
Oh, I have a shirt idea I forgot to tell you about now that you remind me. It has nothing to do with that. That would be terrible, but it's just reminding me.
The size matters for the shrimp competition shirts?
No, it was gonna be it's the little things that matter. And I have a shrimp on it. I thought that was good.
But let's say you've got your parameters on point for caridina shrimp. You did the RO thing. You did the GH only minerals. You went and bought the fancy substrate. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a video on everything you need to know about caridina shrimp to get you started. But let's say you did all that. You already watched the video. You mastered it. You kept it simple. And you want to get something that can be rewarding and not really break the bank. I'm going to recommend the Michelin shrimp. Now, we touched upon this last week on the live stream with Crypt Keeper's question of the week. However, Michelins just don't get the justice that they deserve. We've got maybe 2 tanks in the house, 3 tanks in the house that produce Michelins. They're just a slow breeder, mainly because we give them like the end of the cycle of the tanks. They're not the expensive shrimp that everybody loves. So whenever we set up new tanks, we usually throw the boas, the Galaxy Pintos, are really nice stunners on the new tanks, and then we move the Michelins into their old tanks. So I don't get the babies that I would like to out of them. However, if you were a beginner shrimp keeper and you wanted to keep a B shrimp and you want them blue bolts, them red King Kongs, the black King Kongs, but you don't want to risk spending $8 to $10 a shrimp, but you can get these Michelins. They are crystal shrimp that have the Taiwan bee gene in them. And what's going to happen is if you have babies and you're doing everything almost perfect, you'll still have crystal shrimp babies running around, and they'll be able to grow and have more babies of their own. But if you're doing everything absolutely perfect down to a T, your pH is stable, no swings, your GH is on point, you've got plenty of biofilm around the tank and everything like that, then you're going to have Taiwan bee babies. And that is going to be so rewarding, and that's why I recommend the Michelins if you want to get into keeping bees as the beginner shrimp for those. What was that? Did I miss something?
Just a comment.
All right.
Cute comment.
From down under?
Yes, from down under.
Oh,
I said, I'm glad I found you, Pear, since subbing. My shrimp keeping has become a lot better. And Victoria said the same thing earlier.
That's what
You
we
guys
like
are so
to hear.
nice.
We like to hear that.
I'm reading it.
And then we added more tanks because of you. And then that we didn't make you seem as crazy with the wife because you showed us, you showed her or him, your spouse, how many tanks we have. So if we can be that little way out of the crazy hole, we're all for it. Throw us under the bus. We'll take it.
If we are reading the comments, don't get me wrong. We're just trying to get more information in the first hour than talking. And then the next hour will be more personal.
Now, say you want to keep it, everything's perfect, and you want to try out some really nice genetics with the Caridina shrimp, and you've got the right water, then you're going to want the Thai bees or the Thai bees or the Tang Thai, because you throw those into the tanks and you got all the cool genetics already there. So all you have to do is have as many babies as you possibly can. And then from there, you can select the breed, throw this into there, throw that into there, set up as many tanks as you can possibly fit wherever you can. And then, you know what I mean? You can start with a different kind of shrimp. You can spend more money and invest in some boas, some orange eye genetics or something like that. So it's really just diving into those types of shrimp that you get started with the hybrids and having fun. Anything?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing related to what we're
all right.
about.
So now let's say Neo's Caridina. You don't want none of that. That's not the thing for you. You want to dabble with this Sulawesi. Sulawesi. I don't know how to say it. I've heard it said several different times. But
don't forget to hit the like button. I love Steven's comment. Continue.
But you want them things that just have the white claws and they're all like 100 miles a minute and they never stop. And they got the white dots. But they're $10 to $20 depending on the source. And you just don't want to risk getting those. But you know, the Sulawesi, they can't crossbreed, so you can have as many different types living with one another. And there are kind of like the one type of shrimp that you keep more of them, more different types together. They kind of feel more comfortable. They're kind of like using that like dumb one off in the distance as like an alarm system. If he's still alive, we're fine to be out and about. It's the same with the Sulawesi snails, the rabbit snails. If they're out and about, the shrimp just seem to be a lot more active as well. So the number one beginner, and I call these the Neo of all Sulawesi shrimp, the Molala shrimp, another shrimp that Crypt Keeper had in his video that he just posted. So if you haven't gone over to Crypt Keeper's channel and subbed to that, you're missing out on some really nice videos and photos of some really cool shrimp. But He's got like this little monster mash tank where he's got different types of shrimp that go into one tank that can't crossbreed. It's really cool. But the Malala shrimp, they're tanks. They're a Sulawesi shrimp, but there's not really anything to them. You get those breeding, you get a good colony of them. You know there's a nice stable ecosystem going on in the tank. And then you can add the cardinals, the white orchids, the black galaxy, the blue-legged posos, the heart of the quins, the yellow cheeky, the yellow spotted, whatever you want. Throw them in there after you get the malalas going. You can take the malalas out if you want, but they're just a great all-around beginner type shrimp. You can also throw those malalas in with any of your neos. So if you wanted to keep the tangerine tigers, the neos, the raccoons, the stardust, the malala, all of those in one tank all by themselves, they won't crossbreed. I hope that answers your question, Didi. If I went through that way too fast, I'm sorry. But that's basically like the perfect mix of all the different kinds of shrimp that you can throw together. And if you did get something that crossbred, or you had something funky come out, chances are it's more likely a mutation than it actually was a crossbreed, but you'd be like a world's first, so that's pretty cool.
Papa Shrimp said, are all the beginners familiar with a tang tie or a tie?
Man, touche. They should be if they followed our last few streams. But let's say some of you are new to the channel. A tang tie is a tangerine tiger hybrid, and I mentioned the tangerine tigers are at the top of the list for the most hardy of all tangerine tigers, or tiger shrimp. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. They have the most tangerine tiger blood to them, and a lot of the tang ties will come out orangish looking. The gene is just so strong. It takes several generations to get that out of there. And for that, they're just so hardy that they can take a little bit more beating. And then a tie bee, and I'll explain what a tie bee is. A tie bee is a bee shrimp, so like a crystal shrimp or a Taiwan bee, crossed with any of the tigers that I listed. A tang tie is a specific tie bee shrimp. Aurora tie would be an Aurora, basically tie bee. However, we give the tang tie and the Aurora ties a special name because they have the backline, different genes involved when crossing on with different tie bees. A tie bee is a tie bee crossed with a Taiwan bee, and this gives it that double shadow pattern, the real thickness of the shell. Basically, you can't see through it, where a crystal shrimp you kind of can. A black King Kong, they're solid. You can't see through them.
Were you done talking?
On that question, was there another question?
Not yet.
All right.
Oh, can you turn golden bees white?
Yeah, absolutely. By selective breeding, you got to remove the orange and pink hues, but over time, yeah, it's doable.
Silver Creek, welcome in. Says, is the difference the location between Sulawesi and Malala, or is it one of a subspecies?
I believe there's several different species all living in one lake. I don't know if there's several different lakes. This will be a question for something that me and Shelby have planned. I can't talk about it much anymore, but we will have Alex in town. I will be asking him to be one of our first guests. I do have one person. Comment down below if you know who the Glow Father is. All right, I want him to be our first guest. But right after him will be Alex, and I'll have several location and Latin terminology questions to hit him with for our live stream on that.
And are Hummel shrimp easy to keep and breed?
They are one of those very, very slow breeders like the Auroras or the orange-eye blue tigers. They're a reason why I don't recommend them as one of the beginner shrimp, because they breed so slow, but they're relatively easy. There's not a lot to do. You just water change and feed them, and low pH.
So Brandon said Sulawesi are faves, but the salty shrimp 8.5 is a pain to dissolve without CO2. You need to mix it overnight. It definitely helps.
And then a
But yeah,
huge pump.
pain.
If you can get like a pump that just circulates a ton of water and actually warms up the water because of how much circulation the pump's cranking out. And I forgot to do that. I set up everything over there to mix the
Without
water
the heater.
and I just didn't mix it. I didn't
Oh,
do anything. I don't know what happened. I just completely forgot to do it. I set everything up, didn't do it. All right.
yeah. Purple metallic carradinas are, my favorite is our red shrimp with the purple metallic on them. They're just beautiful. They're just two colors that just perfectly go together. That dog. he barks at nothing. There's
Barking
nothing
at the
for him
flower
to be barking
horn.
at.
Leave the flower horn alone, dude. All right.
He is.
He's mad because the flower horn gets more snacks. But my birthday shrimp is actually going to be orange-eyed purple metallics. We just got to wait for these tanks to finish cycling.
Since you brought that up, I did see earlier, Snaptight did comment about there's water in the tanks behind us. There is. I had to put all the filters, get the lids on, and get those a cranking. We had to redo some of the tissue cultures. Just did not fare well.
It's our fault, though. We left them in the refrigerator for way too long.
Don't buy them before you leave for vacation or coming back and you're exhausted. And
we were not planning on certain things happening that happened after we made the order. But we've got a ton of snail-free moss and Boost and Anubis, and it is going to be worth it whether or not the few tissue cultures didn't survive. But I'm really trying hard to get this done before the shrimp keeper, crypt keeper question of the week. Now, let's say you don't want any of those shrimp that I just mentioned because they're too fresh for you and you got to keep it salty and you don't want to go too salt. You don't want to dive all the way in there, but you want to do something brackish. Maybe you've got a puffer fish with a sump and you want something to keep down there. Well, the Opa Ula are, people keep them in the glass orbs, but you shouldn't do that. Put them in a nice filtered tank and watch them explode. And when you take care of them, they might even do something cool for you, like throw out a yellow color or something like that, like they did for us. However, you could keep them in a tank in your son's room and not care about them or do a water change on them for 2 years and let the water drain all the way down to like 2 inches of the bottom of the tank. And there's still going to be some alive and kicking and ready to be moved into the garage tomorrow. They are great at adapting and surviving. I've heard people keep them in mostly fresh water. Some people keep them in full salt, but they're rather smaller compared to the rest of the shrimp. They get like max size of 1 centimeter, rather not as red as like most of the pictures and videos that you see of them. Most of the colonies take a lot of work to stay that red, but for the most part, it's a really easy shrimp. You can't kill them. Don't need to do water changes, but they do a lot better if you do just like all shrimp. And that's going to be all of the beginner shrimp that I have to recommend. If y'all have a shrimp that you think I forgot to mention or whatever, bring it up and I'll touch up maybe on why it wasn't on my list or I forgot.
Did you talk about snowballs?
Snowballs are just
Pretty
a neo.
easy.
They're just they're one of those no cull snowball.
Never have to call them. They boom in the tank and they're really cool.
They're like woohoo, you know.
If someone
what's good
sets
about
up
them?
I'll tell you. Gosh, someone sets up like a nice black substrate with like little headstones, little ghost shrimp. They'll look really cool because those look more like ghost shrimp than the actual ghost shrimp to me because they have a little white pigment, so it kind of looks like little shrimp with little. Yeah, I thought it would be cute. I think it would be a cool tank. I still have yet to do it. 4 years and still haven't done a tank for them.
All right. I think you need to pull up Crypt Keeper's question of the week. We do it at a timely fashion this time.
We're going to try it because I had it up and then I took it down.
Why would you do such a thing?
I was working on the other things that you told me not to talk about.
Right.
Earlier.
Okay.
All right. Now exit that.
We're good. We got it this week. Don't worry, guys.
Maybe. Don't say it till it's done.
No.
You
gotta
just
have faith.
jinxed everything.
No,
okay,
we're
let's
good.
share it. Let's make that a full screen here. And the volume is up. Let's go.
Okay, let's see if third time's a charm with this. So,
It is.
this is the time to do a sound check, right?
All right.
And, Shelby,
Can you hear me?
not to press the mute button this week.
Stop.
Hey, everyone. So, I was just reviewing one of the old streams, taking some notes, and Grant mentioned that with, like, shadow pandas, for example, they'll, get a backline if they've been hybridized before. So, I was wondering, what are some signs with each of the other Taiwan bees that maybe there's mixed genetics in there? And once you do a first cross of them, do they always look different, or are there still a chance that you'll have a bunch that look like Taiwan bee but still carry some tiger genes, or how exactly does that work?
All right. Thank you, Crick Keeper, for your shrimp question of the week. And this week, well, it's a great one because one of the rarities in the hobby right now are pure lines. And I'm not talking the pure reds or the pure black. I'm just talking in general, just keeping a line free of hybridization of any kind. And the rarest one, I believe, are Taiwan bees. And like he had mentioned, the shadow pandas, if they had a backline, that is a sure sign that there is Serrata genes involved, like the tangerine tigers, Aurora, or even the cheetahs were crossed with some Taiwan bees, and then several generations afterwards bred out to be Tai bees, and then that backline is showing. It is a clear sign that the shrimp are no longer pure. What is going on? I can't explain to the people with you laughing on the sidelines.
Just
here.
Mount Greenery said I had to pause the stream because I thought there was a dog in my house.
All right.
How much
Shrimp's getting
greenery
everybody.
Did you have tonight?
So another clear sign. Now let's say the blue bolts. A hybridized blue bolt is just a blue steel or a crazy blue, depending on how crazy of a steel it is. Sure sign of it being a steel is it being green. If it's not blue and it's green, that's a good sign that it has been hybridized with some type of other shrimp. More than likely, yellow King Kong, tangerine tiger, something happened in there. Problem is yellow King Kongs are named King Kongs, and just like black King Kongs, people think that the yellow King Kongs are a true Taiwan bee. They mix them all together, they throw them, then they're getting tang ties, and they don't realize what happened. Yellow King Kongs are not true Taiwan bees. Get them out of there. They're tang ties. They don't belong in this category. So you have to keep them out of the place, and that's how you're going to keep your blues blue and not green. The other thing is the blue steels can get these crazy snowflake patterns on their head. Blue bolts really won't get the white speckles or anything like that. Also is the super neon navy blue stripe pattern colors. If there's like splotches of clear different sections of the shrimp and they don't really flip-flop on color, some of the blue bolts can be like super stressed and lose a little bit color in area. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about from birth to full-grown adult. There's gaps of different color blue, and some of them are just like as blue as the TGOE right there. That's a good sign that those are crazy blues and they've been hybridized. Another one is the red King Kong, black King Kongs. They can get like tiger stripe pattern to them. And that is a good sign that they're more than likely Nanashi culls or something like that. So it is all about the pattern, making sure that the colors match and everything like that to keep them true. And then when you cross them, it is very simple after any cross with them, except for the Michelins that I named before. But again, anything crossed with a Taiwan bee, you're going to be able to tell first generation whether you cross it with a Taiwan bee or a different color shrimp. And more than likely, they're going to throw off a pattern that you're not going to like the first few crosses. But if you're looking to cross and make some nice shrimp, Taiwan B is one of those base line shrimps that you have to have with all the cool crosses, including Galaxy Pintos.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Just standing
Back
up.
to you, Shelby, in the comments section.
So Papa Shrimp said if I ever do saltwater, it's because I want a sexy shrimp keeper. So we did try to do sexy shrimp. We've tried to do
But in a 5-gallon tank, very
but
small.
if you do saltwater, be careful. Just because it's a nano shrimp doesn't mean you're not going to be able to keep those parameters very good. It's really hard to do nano saltwater tanks without any experience in saltwater. So
And it was 5-gallon
get
tank.
a bigger tank down first.
And then there was like 2.5 gallons of rock and substrate and stuff like that. So it was not very easy to keep the water parameters intact.
So Laura said plants in Opaula tank. So currently we have a specific plant. Are you going to talk about
We
it?
have macroalgae in our tank. I don't know what kind they are.
They're staying alive.
Yes, they're staying alive, but they're not like growing. If anything, I'd say they're slowly dying back.
And just
but like
surviving.
They're surviving. They're
So,
there. I don't know if we need to increase light. They don't have the best light on them.
Yeah.
So that it might be the light fault.
Most microalgae are where they're found in the ocean is actually where the waves crashed in on the rocks. So a lot of times, a lot of people say it's a lot of movement and flow that keep those healthier. So I have noticed that might be because there's just a sponge filter. It's got no flow to it. It's not like a filter's flowing down on it. So if we do that, we change that up, it could probably help it. But usually for anything with brackish water or harder water, plants are really hard. We've had some mosses kind of make it, but they don't really thrive. There's not much. Your best bet is to deck it out with rocks and find your coolest rocks you can find. That's your best bet for those. Otherwise, you're just gonna have plants that kind of survive for some time and then slowly die. And then
the Texas Holy Rock, that's a really nice one to put in their tank.
Yeah, they look really cool. And then Patty said, so this giveaway tonight is for folks who've had shrimp 6 months or less, correct? Wonderful as it should be. Thanks.
So basically tonight's giveaway is going to be any of the shrimp that I had talked about tonight. Whether the Opaula, the Malala, Tibees, Mishlings, Tank Tai. I have some Mishlings. The only way to get them is through the giveaway. So they're not available. Most of all the other shrimp are available. Any of the Neocardinas, it doesn't matter really. You can have whatever color your heart desires. And we'll do that after Shelby catches up in chat.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. Barely. It is really hard to hear, honestly, if they don't have their volume up all the way. Where is it? Oh. Thank you so much, Crypt Keeper. Said, already used my milestone chat, so here's this instead. Just wanted to join the colored box chat party. Thank you so much, Crypt. You get your little dancing treat.
Well, maybe then for next week's Shrimp Keeper or Crypt Keeper's question of the week, we'll just have you come out and onto the channel and ask it, or I will read your question aloud.
These subtitles. Yeah, because you talk really low. I think that's what it is on the video, and then it's through whatever this is. So, and it could be StreamYard too. So. There was no other questions. I do have a couple things. Let's talk about them so they can or you want to talk about the giveaway so they can start entering, and then we get to some of the other things.
Oh, sure. We can talk about it. Let's do 2 giveaways tonight. One for the shrimp and then one for our new product, and we'll talk about that.
Yep. And as far as our new product, Spaghetti Nona was the first one to shout that out on our live stream.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did she see? Is it already on the website?
Mm-hmm. I put it on today.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right, all
Um,
right. Well, what? First one, hashtag TGOE. Keep it easy.
Okay.
Keep it
Makes it
easy. The next one, you can do what you're trying to do.
So hashtag TGOE for that one. All right, and there's a few people that I wrote down to say hello to that came in while we were chatting. Welcome in Sage, Larry D, Nano, Jerome, Beta Aquatics, Ray Aquatics.
What's up, Robert?
Snoop, Caprice, Renee House, Patty, Liquid Rock Aquatics, Xanadu, Bob, Gun Shrimpin', Scuba Steve, Guppy Beast, Silver Creek, Stephen P. And we got down here is now Scruffy City, Cora Dullen Works. And I believe we're all caught up with who came in. And then
If you didn't hear your name, message me personally, and I'll make sure Shelby hears about it on how she missed you.
So Silver Creek did ask, the back line is an indicator on them not being bred pure.
Yeah, so Taiwan bees should have 0 Serrata genes. The only way to get a backline on, and now this is Taiwan bees only. If you're thinking about Neocardinas having a backline, they can have all the backlines they want to have, whether you want them or not. The Taiwan bees, they can have 0 backlines if they're going to be called a pure Taiwan bee.
Larry D said, where does the name King Kong come from?
I just think it was like just one of those cool and popular names over in Asia, and they named the shrimp what they wanted to name it. And the black King Kongs were so popular that when the yellow Caridina shrimp came along, they're like, oh, let's name these yellow King Kongs. But it was just not a good play on words, if you ask me, because it did ruin a lot of genes, a lot of lines. A lot of people were like, oh, what do I do now?
You know what's funny?
No, it's not funny.
King Kong, if you ever think about it, they might have been breeding them in Hong Kong.
Maybe.
And they were like, oh, I'm king from Hong Kong.
It's
And
more
these
likely,
are my yellow shrimp.
More likely they're just
You
big
never
King
know.
Kong fans. And
And they're just big. It's weird because they're
Hold on.
yellow King Kong.
I think that's Steven, and he wants to see his Trump song.
But stop. Welcome. Thank you so much. I am stumbling all over the place tonight.
Bad.
Welcome in, Stephen P. I was trying not to say that again. Thank you for the $10 super sticker.
And it is much appreciated. Steven,
it's
Crypt Keeper,
so cute.
Michelle, Eric, everybody who donates to the channel. It is more than appreciated. I'm sorry if I don't show that enough. Shelby gets me afterwards. There's so much going on with chat and the list, but it goes a long ways with helping the channel grow, and we put it right back into it. We do know the giveaways last week and everything like that, the super chats, it just makes next week's giveaways and everything like that better. So we try to give it back to you guys. Much appreciated.
I'm sorry. Scuba said, do my pothos need light in the leaves? I know it's a silly question, but can you get away with light on the roots only?
No, I don't think you can get away with lights on the roots only. I think you'll have to have some type of light above the tank. But I think you'd be surprised with how well they would do with just natural day light. As long as you don't have the room completely blacked out, and you've got some type of light within the room that's getting onto it, you'd be surprised. It'd probably be all right. But it can't do well in complete darkness and just light on the roots.
I think Carly can make any saltwater look pretty easy, honestly.
Yeah.
So when will we announce the giveaway?
I think the easiest way to do the saltwater tanks, though, is if you have a really large saltwater tank like Harley has, and he just swaps the water out of that, so he does 100% water change every day. That would be great.
So what? When are we announcing the giveaway?
Probably not. I was gonna do it at the 30, and then do one at the 20, and then do one at the 40.
So in 6 minutes,
5 minutes.
will be the first announcement for the first giveaway.
5 minutes.
So Grant, what's the most nitrate tolerant shrimp? I run aquaponics grow beds with the Malala shrimp and Neocaridina red Rilly, but the Rilly don't seem to do well.
I would do the wild type Neocaridina. If the Rillies aren't doing well, the wilds should. If the Malalas are doing well, then that's a good one. Other than Malala, your wild type Neos are your best bet. I'm not sure where you got the red Rillies. If you got them from me, sorry. I would go with wilds. If you didn't get them from me and you got them from like an import or something like that, you might just be able to get them from a different homebred source and do a little bit better than what you're going on.
And Abstract Aquarius, welcome in. Says I can't seem to keep shrimp. What is going on with me?
If you're keeping Neos, we have a couple videos. Everything you need to know. Maybe watching those videos, you might find you're doing something wrong or not doing something that you need to be doing. And if you watch those videos and nothing seems to be an issue, feel free to message us with your parameters or what you think might be the problem, and we'll help you get that solved.
And you're on the first step to learning, though, hopefully, watching us. And Nate said the list of caradinas is kind of short on the website. That's because this one hoards them all. Oh, so do I.
It is.
I'm like, you got plenty of these to sell. Yeah, but I want to use them for projects.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say we have almost 400 tanks now, and they're all project tanks, not selling tanks.
I think
there's some that we do.
That's the hobbyist still in me, like trying to like play the tug of war and keep everything, and then the other one that wants nice things for the family is like, we should sell these, huh? It's a hard one, but I do think after we start filling up some of these tanks up here on the 15th is when they'll be cycled, and I can go through them, and I will know how many pure shrimp I have available that I don't need to use for projects, and I can start throwing some things on the website. I do think we just recently put up the pure blackline crystal shrimp on the website.
Yes, we put those back up.
I might be able to do some pure red lines. I'm not sure yet.
Patty said, I've had these 2 shrimp for months now, and there is no activity, it seems. Maybe play some music for them. I'm just kidding. You'll have to see if maybe water changes can get that going.
2 shrimp, though, you might just have one dud.
2.
Yeah.
No, it says shrimp for 2 months now. I was like, no, she thinks so just 2. Oh, you read it wrong, too. Okay.
It could just be an extra month. I'm not sure when you're doing water changes. Every week, 10%. Every other week, 20%. If that's not working, bump it up 20% every week, 30, 40% every other week, and usually you get good breeding.
And Gina sent us a message to maybe figure out our macros. And I know you're really good with saltwater things, so. Jenna says, no, I think Crip should come on the channel and do the super chat shrimp dance. Love every time there is a super chat. That would be great. Entertaining, right? And Brandon, wait, less than 6 months. No, she just meant 6 months less friendly shrimp maybe giveaway instead of, trying to give out pintos and something someone would kill.
Yeah.
And, new product. Yeah, so it is up on the website live. What?
There's actually 2 new products on the website.
Only 84 of you entered the giveaway. #TGOE.
One of them is not a new product. If you're familiar with the Shrimp NV website, we decided on the last order of foods from them that we would add on a new product of theirs, and we added on the shrimp barley pellets. Barley is a great shrimp food that we've added into our rotation a few times in the past. I really have like 5 hardcore shrimp foods that we always use, and then like the other 2 I kind of like go through with whatever I can find at shows. We like to experiment. Barley is one of those ones where I find filling in the spot more than others, and it's a great food for beginning tanks and stuff like that as well. So it fits this week's topic. It's good food for bacterial growth, and it does kind of lower the pH a wee bit, not a lot. Not I shouldn't have even mentioned it.
Look at that little heart. Okay.
Can people see that?
I don't think.
Or are you
they
just showing
should.
me?
No, they can see it.
Oh, that's not what we were talking about. You just.
Sorry.
This was supposed to be saved until after the giveaway. Now what are we supposed to talk about after the giveaway, Shelby?
No, I'm
and
sorry.
then do the giveaway, because now we're late on the giveaway because you're doing this. You're killing me, Holmes. Yes. All right. Hashtag TGOE. Last chance. Even if you can't get it, next week, enter, and we'll hold it until you're ready for the tank cycle. Go.
Oh.
We need music.
I told you that. Yeah.
Whoa!
Nice.
Oh,
Good
man.
job, Scuba.
My
you
guy,
got
Scuba
that
Steve.
RO unit. I saw.
He
Look at that.
He
logo.
just
So
messaged
nice.
me not that long ago saying, "Hey man, you need to hook me up. I want to get started on entering in some shrimp contests. So who better to win it than my man Scuba Steve? He is fully dedicated into the hobby. But don't worry, I already see people dropping like flies on the live chat. We have another giveaway coming right up. The first new product, like we mentioned, were the barley pellets. Those are on the site available. The brand new TGOE shrimp line of foods that we have coming at you guys is going to be the bee's knees. Hashtag bee's knees to get in on this giveaway. You can start now. And this is going to be for 35 grams of all healthy sourced, all natural sourced bee pollen. We couldn't get organic. It was explained to us that the bees, they travel so far. If they go to one plot that has inorganic substance, then it's not going to be organic. But we ran through, we heavily fed it to our tanks. It passed the test. And we are ready to show the world Shelby's artwork and her idea for the bee's knees. Bee pollen is a great little food. I don't like powdered foods too much, but the bee pollen is a good one. If you're having issues with baby survival rate, you can drop the bee pollen in, and it kind of like dissipates into the water just a little bit. The granules, though, those will stay whole. They will fall. One of the things I was not expecting with the bee pollen was that nice shirt, the Keystone Clash. Thank you, Scotty.
This is driving me crazy. I swear we have
but
4K, but it's not showing.
The bee pollen that we, so I'm so sorry.
I see it on my end is 3.99.
We're 2 away.
It
is 2 away. So
it takes forever though.
I don't want to show everything, but it's 2 away. So as soon as that says 4K,
if you're watching,
you're not
there's got to
subbed,
be a couple of you that are not subbed.
Haters, all 2 of
the
you,
lurkers, the 2 of you.
But the bee pollen. The thing that liked the bee pollen that I knew the shrimp and the snails would eat it, but I forgot all about having aquatic isopods in some tanks that when we fed the bee pollen, they all ran out and grabbed like their own little granule and started munching on it. And I didn't realize how many isopods I had in that tank. So the isopods love it. The shrimp love it. Even the dumb snails love it. It's a great product.
Laura said I just got an orchid and read that they really like soft water, so we're gonna try giving it Caridina tank water. I have done that. It does work a little bit better for sure. I had one stay alive. People just gift me plants because they think they're gonna kill them, and they usually do, and then give it to me, and then I feel extra pressure to keep them alive. So I have several African violets and orchids, and I love them so much. Oh man. Welcome in Chris and Annette. Hello Shane. Don't forget hashtag beesmees for the new giveaway.
I want to make sure that they're typing it in right.
I will check.
Okay.
The Reallys were not from you. They might also be getting accredited on the zebra danios or Corys. Thank you, Grant and Shelby. I got them at a fish festival. They spent a while in a bag first. It's the Corys, 100%.
I think it's the danios. Those danios, the zebra danios, are vicious. They are some vicious beasts.
Brandon said, aren't the isopods supposed to be easy? I've had my orders die twice after a couple weeks. Maybe there wasn't enough food. They eat shrimp food, right? Yes.
Are you keeping them in neocaridina parameters or caridina parameters? Because I did notice that the ones that I added to the caridina tanks haven't really bred. They're still alive, but there's not really much action going on. All of the ones that we've introduced to the neocaridina tanks, though, have exploded as if, like, I don't know, scuds or seed shrimp would, you know? I mean, all of the aquatic isopods we have ever sold off of the website, and we probably sold like close to 1,000 now, have come out of a 7.5 gallon fluval tank.
Very funny. Welcome in, Myrtle.
They reproduce quite fast.
Welcome in, Robert Downey Jr. Do you keep lids on your aquariums? We absolutely do. A little wet.
You're gonna get me soaked. I knew it. I knew it was gonna. It was even worse than I thought. Oi. Oi.
Polycarbonate lids.
At least that was a tank that we. Shelby.
Oh, it's great. But yeah, we keep lids on our. I'm wet too. Don't even think it's not that big of a deal. Oh.
Can't believe you did that. It's like
Welcome
down my
in,
back.
Aquatics.
It's in my ear.
I'm late, sorry. I read this.
You got my sock wet.
I read this a second ago and thought it said, I am late, not sorry.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
No, Skull's a straight up guy.
Sorry, now I'm behind.
I don't know what we were talking about either. Oh, lids. Yeah, at one point we didn't have lids on the tanks, and I made it a mission every tank I set up. Now we have to set up 2 lids, and we eventually got everything under control. Even all of the tanks that we set up in the garage have lids also.
And Patty said, just throw in that bee pollen. I have that for my hermit crabs. And we also, you can feed it to fish. Fish tend to love it. There was a video. I don't remember who did the video.
It was a question, but yeah. Yes, we took a spoon and out of the container that we had and just right in. You can, if you have, like, you're trying to feed your babies and that's what you're after, you can take it, you can crush it up in your hands with a little bit of RO water, make it into like little cocktail powdered bee pollen deluxe, and just pour it right into the tank, and it'll get into all the little nooks and crannies.
We got 4K.
All right, now the giveaways.
It's on there. Just to make sure everyone knows. It's not on his phone, guaranteed. It's so like behind for YouTube Studio. No.
We got an extra 12.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Someone did something. That's not good. Don't make fake accounts. We don't like that.
Yeah,
tomorrow. We don't like that. So whoever did that, don't do that again.
Tomorrow,
don't do that for other people.
We'll go back down under 4K, but it's not a big deal.
Welcome in, Aqua Gardens in, and everyone. 113 people are still in time for our 4K giveaway. I'm so excited.
So, who wants some of Shelby's Pintos?
All right. For 4,000 people and 113 people in chat, we lost one because apparently they didn't want the giveaway.
They didn't want it. All right. No, he's back. He's back.
Okay, they're back.
Oh man, I didn't know what I just did to you.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks.
sorry.
What are you even doing?
We just got to give away the bee's knees now.
Yeah, okay.
Hashtag. I wanted to make sure that they were typing
81.
it in right. We got 81 entries.
DEESKNEES.
Woo!
Make
She
sure
made
you
it.
get it. 'Cause
She got it, guys.
there's
Don't worry.
81 people. Make sure you get in there.
All right. And this will just be one lame bag of food. I'm sorry. I didn't think we were gonna
But-
hit it. I honestly thought we were gonna like just barely creep up to like one away, and then I was gonna be like, all right, night guys. And then I was gonna go lay down in bed, and then Crypt Keeper's gonna be like, check it now, and I'll be like, too late. But we did it. So bee's knees, draw it.
All right.
Give it up.
Let's go. Let's go. 81 people. Do, 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 do.
I was gonna do it. You beat me to it.
Oh,
Oh,
what? Look, we don't even have to ship it.
yeah, that just
Yay! See, you say you never win anything.
well, you're the bee's knees now, Dr. Anthony.
You got it. Woohoo.
And we'll make sure that is properly waiting for you in a little gift care package on the counter when you come this week. Why is it on our face like this,
I
Shelby?
liked
What is
it.
going
I
on?
liked
It's just on mine though.
It looks good, right? Everybody in agreement. It's good. Good.
This is how we'll do the rest of the giveaways. Brought to you by Dr. Anthony.
Scuba was jumping up and down.
All right. So the next giveaway.
You know what to send me.
Now this is gonna break Shelby's heart,
Yeah.
but I knew this was coming.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna be for 5 of Shelby. They're not gonna be high grades. There will be 5 from Shelby's Red Galaxy Pintos. If you do not have a Caradina tank set up, you can substitute these out for any of the Neocaradina, 10 Neocaradinas that you would like. However, if you would like to try your hand at Caradina and want to set up a tank, we can hold these out for however long you need. Shelby will not mind. She will love every single moment that she gets extra with them.
With my
We had a
precious
99
babies.
cent.
Super sticker. Thank you, Patty.
Much appreciated, Patty. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Oh, it's a heart.
All right.
I have to look at them. We don't get to see it on. Did we just jump? That was weird. Sorry. Oh, okay. What we gotta
Yeah,
start
new
the
one.
new
Yeah,
giveaway for
this
that.
is these are your shrimp, so I'll let you pick the hashtag. Hashtag Shelby. All
I was
right.
gonna put Shelby sad, but that's just too long. I'll make it easier. Oh man, they are really nice shrimp. So if you do have Caradina, it would be good. But we can substitute it with Neos, no problem.
Yeah, they are definitely very
Oh.
nice shrimp. Oh,
Garcia, thank you for the $3 super sticker.
my man Garcia. We've got some issues though that we got to talk about. I heard there's a rumor going around that you're going to local pet stores around Florida telling them that there's not going to be an Aquashella, Florida. And I don't think that's true, my man. You said there's an advertisement, but I think what you're going by is our conversation that we had back at the Aqua Expo, and I said it wasn't going to be in February. So there's still probably an Aquashella show, but not in February. So stay tuned, though. They haven't announced any dates yet, sadly, for Aquashella. I'm still waiting to make dates for fish clubs and other stuff.
I didn't know the terrestrial. I didn't think about that. Terrestrial isopods would love bee pollen. I'm gonna go feed them tonight now. You made me have to do that.
No, you don't have time for that tonight.
He knows I'll be up till 3 a.m. trying to
Yeah,
feed him.
that is not something she needs to be
Oh,
doing
man.
tonight. She can do that tomorrow when
I
she
have to
gets
do it.
home from work.
Oh man. Hopefully I didn't miss any questions. If I did, just go pop them down back in chat. Oops.
I just saw Gina's order on the website, and it's for 6 blue diamonds and 6 red cherries, and it was only $19. I'm like, what kind of code? I feel gift certificate. Nice.
See, rigged. Dr. Anthony never wins. Welcome in, Rob. Did he comment though? Is he here? He better be in hashtag to win more shrimp.
Oh, there he is.
For the win. Could you imagine you win back at back? That'd be great. Hey, good food for them.
Matt can do it. You should be able to do it. Matt's not even here tonight.
No, that hurts my feelings. Hope he's
All
doing
these
okay, though.
giveaways that he could have won.
Hello, Arctic Winds and Mark. Welcome in. Eee. All right, going down. Going down.
All right, 5 more minutes until we're going to give away Shelby's red Pintos. Galaxy Pintos.
That hurts. If I win, I donate back to Shelby. You're the best. Now I'll find someone that wants them.
If you win, we're going to give you a t-shirt, and you're going to like it.
Guppy B.
I already got
again.
your address.
You forgot the B. Look at that. I found one.
It's all right if you do it, but if I do it.
Oh, no. No cichlid issues. Hopefully you figured that out. Scuba said, I heard Florida was going away because it's too expensive, but I sure want to be in Florida in February again. Jeez.
And I've heard so many different things about it, about Chicago and all this other stuff. And I'm just going to wait until I hear something from the upper dogs up top. And once that's done, then I will make all my other travel arrangements for the rest of the year. Shelby
They better not break my heart.
Shelby and
They better
myself
not.
have a talk planned, and we don't know
Who?
if we're going to do it at Aquashella or the Keystone Clash or the Tampa Bay Aquarium Society.
Yep.
I don't know yet. We got to plan that out.
We'll see. Thank you so much, Victoria. Said, I look beautiful tonight. Don't worry, Grant. You're okay, too.
I'm fine.
Oh.
3 more minutes. Hashtag Shelby. Thank you, everyone, for 4K subs. Feels really good. 411.
Yes, thank you, guys. It's been like Grant has every single day updated me on how many we are away. And I'm like, okay. Frank, coming in with the hard-hitting question.
A good question. You're not going to read it?
It's just spelled wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
How is Jaden's room coming along?
So, yesterday, no.
2 days ago now.
Yeah, 2 days ago, we moved all of the 40 gallons and all of the 55 gallons plus their stands out of his room into the garage. Shelby dropped a 40-gallon tank on me. Oh, man, I can't get this. Left a big old bruise. Look at that. It's showing up on Livestream. And
my
sliced
knee
me
is
open.
completely bruised.
Listen,
Get out
that's
of
your
here.
fault, though. All right? This is on you, Shelby.
I told you I wasn't strong enough.
And for those that don't know, Dr. Anthony, there's an auction currently going on. Matt has the highest bid of $50,000. If you can beat it.
For me, if you're not getting that hint here.
She can't lift a 55-gallon tank very well anymore, but, you know, still pretty good. So,
was there a point to this?
Dr. Anthony was here. I'm just trying to get the most money as I possibly can. You know?
Talk about Jaden's room.
Oh, I'm sorry. So everything is out of Jaden's room that needs to be. The axolotl tank is like where his bed should be. His bed isn't there, though. His bed is on a bunk bed situation. But the platform that holds his bed is where the axolotls are. That is temporary. those will need to go on like something in Layla's room or Jaden's room that's nice and AC'd. But the stand can be painted now. All the drywall can be replaced, and then we're going to turn it into like an armory for all of his Nerf guns. We kind of went crazy during Black Friday and bought like any Nerf gun that was like decently discounted in price. And he already has like all the years past from us doing that also. So it'll
we
be
supposed
really
to draw
cool.
the drawing?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 seconds ago, Shelby.
Sorry.
I'm so tired of you missing these marks. But all the tanks are out of there that need to be, so we can start cutting drywall out and checking behind the walls and seeing the total amount of damage that was done with the leak or what not damaged, and we just freaked out. We'll find out.
Scruffy City!
Congratulations, Scruffy. Oh, and by the way, all the winners tonight need to email us at granteater@gmail.com with your not just YouTube name, but your real life name, your address, your info, so we can get these prizes sent over to you. Except for you, Dr. Anthony. You have to come pick yours up in person.
But are you done talking about Jaden's room?
Jaden's room is done. Let's start with the next giveaway, Shelby.
Oh. Next giveaway.
Hashtag Grant. Can't let Shelby get her own hashtag and I don't get my own. What kind of BS would that be? Hashtag Grant. Enter now. If you entered it as soon as I said it, you might have gotten a little early. So just wait because Shelby had to enter that in. But my giveaway is going to be for a plethora of plants. So some crypts, some moss, some swords. It's just going to be a beginner plant package. Nothing fancy. You're not going to need CO2 or fertilizer. You're just going to have to do basic water changes and feed your critters, and these plants should be alive and well. I might even throw a easier Eros to take care of, but maybe some hornwort. I don't know. I'm really just going to fill out a nice little box for you guys, whoever wins this package.
By the way, these were the shrimp we just gave away. It's really terrible quality on the phone here, but
yeah.
But that was the Galaxy Pintos.
They're posted on Facebook quite regularly.
TikTok. Mainly
yeah.
My TikTok, and that's
she has some nice videos on there. I forgot.
Yeah. And then Brandon asked, Grant, is it a good idea to add cheetah hybrids or blue steel females to Shelby's fish bones? I got a male heavy order.
You wouldn't get any of the nice fish bones. So if you're like wanting to keep those like really nice, and those are the the shrimp you want more of, then keep the fish bones as pure as possible, because crossing either blue steels, which will produce a lot of red steels if you throw those in there, or the cheetahs, which will produce just way more cheetah hybrids than you thought you could ever deal with. You're not going to get any fish bones out of that cross without selectively breeding the fish bones.
Since that I heard Grant did something to deserve the tank being dropped on him. It's just really heavy with all the substrate, and 40 breeders are really wide and heavy. And from this angle here, I just don't have strength. I have strength to hold at waist level. Above your head is a whole different level of strength. If you don't know, then go lift a $20 dog bag above your head. It's a lot harder to hold there than it is to hold it on your hands, whatever. But I dropped it. My entire knees, both knees are bruised because I told him I could not lift these things and it was too hard. And then we had no one, and he wanted to get it done that night. So guess who got bruised knees, back hurting,
Eddie, if you're there, I called Eddie. I was like, Eddie, I need your help. And he's like,
screamed at me.
What do you mean I screamed at you? Because you dropped the tank on me.
Mm-hmm. I'm behind in chat. I don't. Parker said, I've been trying to build a shrimp tank rack. Should I stick with 10 gallons tanks, mostly Neos to start, a few Caradinas? Do I need a linear air pump for 25-ish tanks?
So a nice air pump would definitely be nice because say you get like an Alita 40, you could pump all 25 of those tanks and then add on more tanks if you felt like it. 10 gallons are as small as I go without, having any issues with size or growth rate or breeding rate or anything like that. You can go bigger, the better if you have the space. But for us, like all the tanks that you see here are all 10 gallons because that's what I need to get the most projects done. I have the most space to fit 110 gallons there and 90 10 gallons there. If I were to do 20s, I'd have half the amount of tanks, and that's half the amount of projects. So for me, 10 gallons are the best tank I should get. I need to get water. All right.
Welcome in Chattanooga, Ed. So there are 3 kinds of wild type Neocaridina davidi. I can't pronounce that. Is there any benefit to interbreeding those wild types? Is there any? He left. I'll come back to that because I wouldn't know other than the fact that if you were to interbreed those, I don't know if there's 3 different wild types of Neos. That's a question for Grant. You need to hurry up and get a drink, is what I heard. Getting to the next, I'm so sorry. You leave at the worst part where it's just #Grant and he left.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be.
I need water.
So there are 3 kinds of wild type Neocaridina. Is there any benefit to interbreeding those wild types? I didn't think there was 3 wild type Neos.
I thought you would be able to answer that.
No. I didn't think there was 3 types of wild.
So supposedly the 3 types won't crossbreed. I don't know. Honestly, this is a question that we should save for when Alex comes up on the
but
channel
name the
again.
3 wild type Neos.
All I know are the Keatigan, the Davii, and I have no idea the last one.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how there would be 3 of them if there's. Okay.
Yeah, I have no
I've never heard
idea.
of 3 of them.
I'm sorry, I don't know my wild type shrimp like that.
So is there any benefit to mixing the different Neocaridina wild types? Cherry, Sakura, and Carbon came from different wild lines from what I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure if you wanted to like make your own lines or something like that, but I don't see the benefit of having ugly shrimp in a tank that you're trying to make something look good or anything like that. I think the wild shrimp that you get from crossing cherries and blue dreams or cherries and orange, they're the hardiest of all shrimp. So I don't see any benefits in crossing the wild types together. Sorry.
Scruffy said, good news, Shelby. I don't have a tank for Caridina shrimp. I'm surprised. I thought you would, honestly.
That's what we're going to give away next then.
So when are we pulling this one? In 2 minutes?
Yeah.
So the next giveaway is in 2 minutes. They are really nice shrimp. They seem to breed really good. Like whether you get lighter reds or darker reds, they're really beautiful. It's kind of hard to cull them.
All right. #Grant. If you want the ultimate Grant beginner plant package, brought to you by the Garden of Eder. You got to give this one away without me. I'll be back. And then since Scruffy doesn't want your pintos, I think that's what we should give away again.
Okay.
All right. Do you agree? And
Yeah.
then Scruffy, you get whatever Neocaridina you want. Just let us know. And we have another giveaway after that.
Richard, I'll be up Saturday for Dr. Anthony's talks. If you want me to bring you anything, let me know. Always. All right. So the giveaway is in 40 seconds. Oh, man. So the incident with the tank, by the way, since he's not here to, defend himself or say stuff that's not true, pulling a very high take down. And when he went to go take it down, I didn't have enough strength, so I dropped my half lower faster, so it hit his arm, and then I dropped it onto my knee. So we should not have moved them by ourselves. I needed someone else. I'm not strong enough. We also moved 55s, and that one was way worse, and he forgets about that one. We had to move it onto containers, and then try moving a 55-gallon tank to a top of a rack that's 10 feet tall. It's crazy. It was, and in the garage it was hot. It was a struggle. Thank you so much, Garcia, for the $2 super chat. Says, who's saying that? I didn't say that at all. Grant will talk to you after the live stream, but get your video. He left me in charge of the giveaway. That was a bad idea. Gonna start that now. Next share screen. Bad idea. Guppy Beast! Congratulations! You get the plant package! And awkward silence again. It is really hard to do it with one person. There will be a lot of awkward silences. Why did you go through that way?
I don't know how to go through the other way. This way just makes sense. Oh, so Duppy Beast?
Shelby said, Shelby, hook me up with the show winners. Definitely, for sure.
Who won the giveaway?
Guppy Beast.
So another package we don't have to ship out? Will you be at Dr. Anthony's talk? I hope so. If not, what are you doing on Saturday at 12 o'clock? Or 1 o'clock?
Oh.
It's
Yes,
12.
I am burning up. It is hot. Yay, I win again.
Yeah.
So what's the next giveaway? Sorry, let's hashtag. So I guess we'll do hashtag Pinto.
Yeah.
So hopefully you get to win those again.
Hashtag Pinto. This is going to be for 5 Shelby's Galaxy Pintos. And of course, if you don't have any plans for Caradina shrimp, we can send you 10 of your choice of Neo Caradina shrimp.
Welcome in. Joe said wild type is by far the most attractive color of Neo.
Have you seen the emerald rillies with the blue bodies, though? They're nice. What's up, new local Austin? Nice to see you in chat.
People type really fast.
There's also a good...
No, just Pinto. I'm so sorry. Who said Pintos? Did I say it? It's you said
just Pinto.
Pinto.
Hashtag
so if
Pinto.
you put an S, just re-enter hashtag Pinto.
And if you're unsure if you entered it, it's fine. You can't enter twice.
I think they could. I'm not sure.
The computer will not give them 2 votes.
But which one of us said Pintos? I'm betting it's you.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I won't doubt it.
All right. Well, I don't know if I missed anyone's question, so just repeat it. Earlier in the live chat, I saw that PNW asked if we needed a tank for collecting.
Yes.
Always. We could use one.
I wasn't going to bother you. You're out there, like, looking at the Eiffel Tower and taking pictures of the Mona
Getting
Lisa.
Engaged. Congratulations, by the way.
And so I was
Crazy.
like, I'll let you come back and reacclimate to the United States before you I hassle you about some tanks. But we would love some custom PNW tanks, not just for Shelby's collecting shenanigans. I don't know why.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. No, I
Shenanigans.
can't put
My
Shelby
new
and
name.
shenanigans together.
Shenanigans.
It's just.
My name in
close.
Animal Crossing is Shellberry. I just thought all of you should know that.
But you also teased me with the breeder boxers, and I put a little
No,
feelers
Skipper,
out there,
you
and now I
better
got
stay.
people begging me for products. So
You got 5 more minutes in you, Skipper. Come on.
I'm gonna need your laser cutter and acrylic abilities working for TGOE for the next couple of days, nonstop.
Ho. Much is one day a fishing license for me.
I think you
He's
have.
calling you a hoe.
I think you have to buy a whole year. I think it's $25.
No, there's. I'll figure that out for you.
Are you
don't worry.
65 though? If you're 65, you don't need a fishing license.
Don't ask someone that.
I'm just.
Don't ask someone
I'm
that.
just saying. I don't think he's 65.
Myrtle said Shelby's new name, according to Granite. Oh man, that is true. I had a lot of names growing up. Chablis. That was the most popular one. When the Hey Baby song came out, I was Shell Baby.
I know you're not 65, Dr. Anthony, but you tell me to shut up and I might call you old timer once or twice.
If he ever makes a statement, though, you young one.
Well, you she.
Brent's
When I was
older than
your
everybody, so
age.
don't worry.
I remember when.
Yeah, so I definitely am down to make some breeder boxes for some of y'all tanks. Yes.
Yeah, but Shelby, she has now made it so I don't even want to involve myself with TikTok
Brent,
anymore.
I just sent you my number.
Get out of here. I will call you after the stream. But Matt is there, but not there. All right. Let's see how it is, Matt.
Jordan
You could
said,
be winning all of this stuff, you know.
Oh, are we supposed to pull that? Yep. We'll go back to this comment, right?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next giveaway. So sorry. We're slow. We're terrible. Terrible people. Next giveaway. Ready? And go. Learn before time. That's exactly what it sounds like. What is Disney movies?
Oh,
Skull
man.
Aquatics! Yay! Hopefully you have a tank set up.
All right,
If not,
Skull.
Let us know in
If
the
not-
comments below so I know if we need to do it again.
Well,
Welcome in, Eddie.
Skull, you have the ultimate saying. I hope you're in chat. But if you do not have a tank for the Caradinas, hashtag 4000. This is going to be the last giveaway for tonight. This is for everybody who stuck with us.
4000.
Stuck with us and everything like that. It's going to be $100 gift card to our website. Or if Skull doesn't want the Galaxy Pintos, you could take the Galaxy Pintos instead. The Galaxy Pintos are $25 a piece, so they are worth a little bit more than the gift card. But we'll have to wait and see what Skull says. So, like I mentioned, the support that we've gotten this year, in the beginning of the year, Shelby, she took it upon herself to get us.
Who?
Yourself. Took us together upon herself to get us our business actually registered. Before this year, we were just hobbyists. We were not trying to make this a living for both of us. We were just in this having fun and just having to make money off of it. And then Shelby said, I can't stand my job anymore. You have to help me get out of here. And I was like, let's do it. So the license came. Then we got a resale license that helped us to start selling the Shrimp Envy foods. And then also she got us, and she did this ages ago where she got us the nursery license, but we put that into full effect this year. We've got a plethora of plants that we'll be adding to the website. Stay tuned. That website is going to be getting added not just merchandise, not just products, but shrimp will be added onto the website shortly, and a ton of plants as well.
I can't. Sorry. So thank you for your patience in having kick butt streams and giveaways. Having a great evening, Grant and Shelby. Thank you for watching. We would be nothing without you guys, honestly. And I saw someone else comment as well. Thank you. Where was it? Sorry. Very entertaining and informative show, folks. Well done, and thank you. No, thank you. I am very happy that all of you do watch us. I did not expect this. When I told him the first time we live stream, I was like, we're probably going to get like 2 people that watch us. But Fish Fam really does help out with that, and all of you guys are just wonderful. I really do feel like I have a whole nother family, even ones who love to give us crap, you know. I love it. It makes our night, that's for sure. And it's you guys that actually make it all worth it. Honestly.
No, like what I was saying is Shelby put in the work to get us a official,
Welcome,
legit business, and we had these goals and expectations that if we were able to triple the sales on the website from last year to this year, that Shelby would be able to take steps in her job. A lot of you know we already did that because we knew we were going to blow to that goal, no problem, especially with Black Friday. That time of the month, we usually do like a third of our entire sales for the whole year. So we knew that was coming up, and Shelby had to, step down from her position at work, and she's not turning back. If anything, hopefully a couple months, maybe we'll get her out of that position altogether.
Laura said, I think it's amazing that Grant shares all his genetic breeding info. He is very knowledgeable in the genetics.
I'm an idiot with everything else, though. It's all I know is shrimp.
We all have our
and
we
some
all
plants
have our good sides and our bad sides.
And aquascaping, and then everything else, I'm a complete. Something happened with my brain. It doesn't compute.
Oh, stop it. Too harsh on yourself. J&J said, congratulations, guys, with your career. That is what I'm hoping to do in the same sometime near future. Goodness gracious.
And
people are just going to drop off because of that.
Room for more people.
#4000. Only 92 out of 114 entered.
And even if you're not in the United States, you can use this gift card to buy shirts and hats. And
they will be there. It's just we are being particular, but they are almost ready. We just got to get the last invoice. Already half paid for.
Did we get a response from Skull though?
Yes, he said he can make it work.
So he wants the Pintos. Mm-hmm. All right. So this giveaway.
I mean, realistically, if they want Pintos, I can give another 5 if they absolutely want them, or you can pick the $100 gift card. So it's up to you.
I can't believe she did it, guys.
Rob.
That's on Shelby.
Welcome in, Sage. Beard is getting there, Grant.
Oh, it is. I know. It's time. It's time.
We usually have to wait till an event, and then he'll shave it.
Who said that?
Thank you, Rob. That was First Class Fish. Crown tells us thank you for all your wonderful streams.
Do you remember?
We're trying to make it more informative in the first hour so that people can rewatch and learn. And then the second hour, we can just, mess around. Help.
Do you remember that little old lady that was watching Lucas Bretz do his live stream at the Triple Crown? And I was trying to get her so hard to go onto his live stream. She loved Lucas Bretz. Like, absolutely adored everything that he's ever done. She was his biggest fan, hands down. And 100%, like, if I had somebody that was a subscriber like that, and they were watching my live stream on their phone and watching it from 40 feet away, like trying to watch it without disrupting him, and you had someone like me coming to get you to come on the live stream and say hi, like 100% Lucas would have been okay with it. But the only negative thing to say that she had to say about Lucas, she said, I just wish he would trim that beard. I can't stand it. And I just always think like maybe one day she'll watch our stream, and then I just got to keep it nice,
Oh my gosh.
And just for her.
Parker, if you have not entered, it's hashtag 4000 for that giveaway. We are going to pull in just a second. I fell behind, so we're doing it in 30 seconds.
So this giveaway is for a gift card for $100. You could buy a plethora of moss on our website. We actually, I added this without you knowing. We have mystery moss on the website. You can buy a $5 portion of moss. It's going to be a healthy portion of moss grown in our shrimp tanks, no fertilizer, no but I don't know what it is. So you can have it for $5, a golf ball size portion. And you can identify it if you want to or not. Have fun with it.
Thank you, Vibes, for the $4.99 super chat. It says, love y'all so much, Shelby Grant. Keep doing what you've been doing. Everybody double check that y'all smash that like button. Thank you so much, Vibes. And here is your video.
Joe said $100 worth of horn word. Listen,
if that's what you want, man.
I can like do $40 worth of horn word, but Eddie can probably get you there to the $100. So Chattanooga Ed with the $5 super sticker. Thank you, Vibes. Thank you, Ed. You guys are just too kind, too generous. Nah, cut me off. It's fine. She lives for it. I do it all the time. You know,
we gotta give that giveaway. We gotta give that giveaway.
Gotta give it away. Give it away now. That should be the song.
Let's go.
Give it away now. Give it away now.
Hugo, congratulations. Hopefully you're still here.
That is a new face for me. I have not seen that name in chat.
Hugo's been in chat.
But again, I don't read any of the chat and I don't listen to Shelby. So welcome to the channel and congratulations. Message us, email at granteater@gmail.com and we will send you over that gift card for $100 to the site.
Thank you so much, Scuba Steve-O, for the $4.99 super chat. It says, just cause y'all rock. If I could talk tonight. Thank you so much.
And
you guys are too nice.
Besides
Seriously.
The Black Friday sales being over, we do run a little holiday sale. Some of the prices have stayed the same as Black Friday. Some of them have gone up just a little. Some of them have gone back to their original prices. It just all depends on what we have in stock and where we're at. But a lot of the shrimp are still buy 10, get 3 free. And a lot of them are marked down still. So check out the website, tgoeshrimp.com. And like I mentioned, we will be adding new types of shrimp throughout the week. So you guys can check that out.
The doctor says, how come you yell at me when I do a super chat, but everyone else you thank?
Because Dr. Anthony,
we donate to you.
I would prefer any money that you would give to me to go back into your cause. I am 100% behind what you've got going on down there. Even if you're just going to give it to the kids instead of give it to me for the Christmas holidays and stuff like that. I don't have that access to go into another country right now, or the time and whatnot. So you're at the front lines, and I would like to support you more than you support us. So that is why I am unthankful for the 30% that YouTube is going to take out of your donations, because I'm going to give it back to you. Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Is what he said.
And big thank you to Dee Dee for letting me take the shrimp from the auction that Skipper and Dr. Anthony put on to give Christmas presents to the kids around Dr. Anthony's research center. I would like everybody to know I did outbid Dee Dee without being there. So I earned those fair and square. Thank you, Dee Dee, for allowing me to do that, though, past the time.
So Jordan said, hey, you guys skipped over my question earlier. Please type it again because I cannot find it.
Yeah.
So
sorry she missed it. She doesn't catch everything.
Goodness gracious.
I don't expect her to be perfect, but she's as close as I've seen so far. So she's the one so
Dr.
far.
Anthony said you're an idiot in pronouncing Latin.
Oh, I mean, that's why he doesn't know this, but I secretly paid my club to have him come as a speaker just so he can teach me Latin. And the whole car ride to and from the airport will be nothing but him just tweaking my Latin words until they come out flawless. And if they don't, Dr. Anthony, that's on you. It will be your fault. Preparing you now, warning you.
Have a good night, Coro. Dylan. I'm right. I hope I'm reading that right. Reeling the feeling, don't stop. Continue. He's still singing. Well, thank you, Scuba Steve. I try very hard. Usually I miss something, and that's what upsets me. If looks could kill, just no, Shelby. Yes, I've actually, since I have been real young, like once I hit like 13, I developed this really bad, apparently RBF. I get it from my grandmother. She was way worse with it. She didn't even smile in pictures. But everyone tells me I look really mean, but I'm not mean. I'm slightly mean, but that's, that's if you deserve it.
They call it this thing. It's called the resting Shelby face.
I'm terrible. Hugo says, I'm so stoked and been a big fan. Thank you both so much. Well, thank you for watching and supporting us. Ricky says, she's not perfect. Let me draw you a map to the couch, Grant.
I'm here.
He's already here. He could just stay here. June said, I don't think I'd be as nice as Shelby after Grant's stupid comments. He's mean. He really is. Oh, man.
It's all right, though. We watched Danikin's stream, so he makes me look good.
Laura said, my parents were both teachers. I got the look. Oh, Richard was said, Grant, you'd be so screwed without Shelby. Just saying.
Oh, I know.
You're so nice.
Trust me. Yesterday, I tried to have a nice day, going to golf. I drove one 340 yards down the right down the fairway. Perfect, best drive I've ever hit. And then for whatever reason, I got down on the green to go start reading my putt, and I got a burning headache, and it just wouldn't go away. And then Shelby went through and tried to take care of all the stuff, broke the traveling tank, and then, the next thing I know, I'm awake. And
Crown Tail said, you do better job than Grant with text stream stuff.
Oh.
You know what's funny? I didn't even get to use my videos tonight. It's killing me. I worked. I was like, I finally have something to show for, finally staying home, besides, like, obviously the maintenance on the tanks, but none of you get to see that, so.
All 111 people tonight were members. That was the problem.
T-Buck said, RBF is just thinking face. So actually, I've come to the conclusion, I don't like to smile or frown. It's just completely just blank. Wrinkles. You don't want wrinkles. If I smile too much, you're going to cause like wrinkles all the time. So, and you frown, opposite, mad, you're going to get wrinkles here. So just, calm. That's what I'm usually just overthinking, honestly. Overthinking. But anyways, no wrinkles. It's not going to be as bad, And I think my grandmother was very beautiful in her 70s. And it's, I think it's a lot to do with, just straight facial, not using any muscles in there.
No emotion.
How come everyone want to keep it like the Kazers? I don't know what that means. Do you?
No.
No, I'm sorry. We're from Florida. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Bro, he said, as perfect as he's ever seen. That's a comment. Oh, man.
It's a good one, right?
Okay. Yeah, so I saw this question and I went right past. I pulled it up, I swear. I asked what your very first initial tank setup looked like, consisted of, when getting into the hobby.
All right.
Great question.
So when I first got into the hobby, we just moved into this house and took over my dad's landscape business. And I had sold off all of our reptiles. Shelby and myself, we used to breed panther chameleons. We had leopard geckos breeding, and we had a couple of the leopard gecko tanks left over from those projects. And when my dad offered to sell me his landscape business, I didn't have time to take care of crickets and worms for 2 hours a day. So I sold off all of our breeding projects so I can take care of our family, because that was making way more money. We just had a son born not that long after or before I bought the landscape business. So it was the right move for us to make at the time. And I had always sold chameleons on Craigslist and leopard geckos and stuff. The cages and stuff like that. And I'd always seen this ad for cherry shrimp, and basically all I knew I needed was a sponge filter. So I ordered a sponge filter off of eBay. I think I had a little air pump from one of Shelby's tanks, because she had like this little clam or like a chest that opened and closed or something like that. So we had the air pump already. And I went to Home Depot and I grabbed some pea gravel. I think we went to Pet Supermarket and I got a couple of live plants and one cherry shrimp
like
tank.
Our first live plants. We always kept big cichlids and stuff.
One cherry shrimp tank turned into 3, and that's when I felt comfortable enough to get a different color. But I want to say like my first 6 or 7 tanks were just pea gravel. Oh, and we had a cheap heater in them, because at the time I just read everything I could, and on Google and whatnot, it said that you should have a heater and keep them at 80. And we know now it's better to keep them at 70, 72. But
do you think
at
it's
the time,
on the
that's
shrimp journals? The first picture?
Nah, I don't know.
Maybe. There's a lot of old pictures of our first setups on the.
That wasn't even our first setup. Our very first setup was an Oscar tank. It was a 55-gallon Oscar tank with pea gravel and stuff like that. And then I got to hang on the back breeder box and kept them in the breeder box before I got them their own tank.
Yeah, because we didn't have a tank set up.
Yeah.
But it worked out. Yeah, but it depends on which tanks. If you're talking about the very first tank we ever had in our lives, though, that definitely got. I had neons when I was really young. My parents got me it for Christmas, which I told my dad. He bought a machine that's going to take a VHS tape and put it to CD for me. So, or I don't know if it goes to CD, but would be able to use that and show the video of me opening up my first fish tank ever. And it's neon tetras. I forgot about them.
Mine were also neon tetras, but I also had a dwarf claw frog, and the dwarf claw frog almost immediately started eating the neon tetras. And yeah, I was scarred. Scarred for life after that. After that, I always made sure that I had compatible species. It was a lesson learned at an early age.
Look at you learning lessons.
So
Sage said, make a time lapse of maintenance. I'd love to see that. So we do have a video of doing water changes.
The problem is maintenance is 14 days long. So we would have to do 14 stations of maintenance. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be, I guarantee you, when we actually get everything to the point where it's done cycling and into a normal routine and a standing tank, I'm going to struggle to get it done in 14 days.
So to be honest, the way we're doing it right now, so most of the time we just do water changes is what Grant's full-time job. I might go in and take care of some of the tanks here and there, but like in order to prepare for like bigger times, or if I want to start, we try to do it quite often is I like to have particular maintenance. So I'll scrape the fronts of the tanks. I clean the lids. I wipe the rims because shrimp food can get in there too. But I'll wipe the rims and wipe the fronts of the tank and make it all nice and pretty. That's how we get our shrimp pictures done. Also take care of sponge filters at the same time. So what we do is he'll mark the tanks for me. I'll go through. I'll get them done, like put a star on it. If the filter's not running, it helps me just be able to like make sure that filter, because sometimes you're working on so many tanks, you're gonna look past the certain details. So that's why he goes and makes a star on it. We do that. It would be a pretty cool video of maintenance. Maybe one day I can do it, and maybe on another rack. But have to set up a tripod and things, man. It took me all day just to do one rack system back there to wipe all the lids and get them all clean because algae builds up.
I'll do this thing where I'll walk through the house and I'll just see something and it'll bother me and I'll see it for a week or so and then I'll be like, all right, I don't know why I feel like just taking care of it now. So I'll take the Giba out of this tank or I'll take some algae out of that tank. So it's like sporadic on some of the maintenance, but with having so many tanks, the routine water changes is really all we have to do. And then if a filter becomes an issue, Shelby takes care of that when it's a priority.
Curious about the light too. Sounds scary.
What light?
I don't know. Might have said something. I don't remember. Roundtail said, "Sir, can you please share your methods on nightcrawler or earthworm culturing for fishes?"
I do not have one. However, one of the things that we did today was I turned around the barrel filter that we have for the pool, and I took out all the sponges, and the sponges were full of red wiggler worms. So I don't know if that's a way to keep them and breed them, but they were just real mulmed out. So I imagine clean filters, they wouldn't survive very long out there. I don't know, but one day I'm sure we will have some worm cultures, but right now we don't have any. I'm sorry.
No time for them.
We buy red bloodworms, frozen ones. That's what all of our worm eaters are getting right now.
Scuba says, "So should you run a heater in a shrimp tank or no? I currently have a tiny heater in there and they seem good."
If it's Neos and you're living in the house and you're not cold in your own house, you don't need a heater. If the tank is getting into the low 60s, no need for a heater. Low 50s, I might put one in, but chances are your house isn't getting that cold.
There's the video, the spring cleaning in the shrimp room. Yes, that's where we went take a video of the room and then we cleaned it. It kind of shows you of what we do. I forgot about that video altogether.
It's one of like the last videos we had just done, actually.
Thank you, Jordan, for joining us and asking great questions. We love people that are interacting.
Yeah, it's very nice to have all these. And sorry we missed it the first round, but happy we're able to get back to it.
So yeah, we definitely have a system for this, especially when we start doing detailing where I go ahead of Grant like a day before, because it takes time for RO water to come through. So I go a day before and get all of it ready, and then he can do the water changes. Dee Dee says, "I'm trying so hard not to order more shrimp. I have so many projects open, so very hard."
Well, we have that shrimp food for you, when you're ready to make that order.
Oh, Aaron's only 3,975 subs away. Come on. We got to get him there. Let's go. It's just away from you. Have a good night, BJ, and good night, Vibes. He's already probably gone. Jordan says, "I've got 10 tanks at the moment. 5 are currently cycling. Just added Blue Dreams in a tank today."
Nice.
Good starter. That's for sure. First class says, "I heard earthworms aren't a great idea for aquarium fish. Parasites, apparently not sure." It's probably source. I don't think pulling earthworms out of the dirt outside would probably be a good idea because either parasites or other contaminants as far as fertilizers and things like that. You just wouldn't want to do that.
I had no idea, honestly.
But that's the only thing I could think of. Hello, Big Shrimpin'. Scuba says, "No, it don't get that cold. I do run a window unit in my room sometimes at night, so I was curious."
Nah, our house drops pretty low at night.
Seeing Dr. Anthony's only 3,500 subs from 4,000. Let's get him there tonight. Let's go. If
you guys aren't following the Amazon Research Center, you guys are not supporting a great cause. And you need to figure out why you're not supporting it. Go watch some of his videos, and then you will support it, guaranteed, or your money back.
First class, my ambient temp is usually around 68, and with surprise, my setups will go down to 64 without a heater. Yeah. And
not a problem with
shrimp.
Usually do
no problem.
Even Caradina. The only ones that'll have an issue with that are the Sulawesi shrimp.
Well, we caught up in chat. Unless there's a question that needs to be answered tonight, I think we're going to end the stream.
I just want to say thank you to all the mods. Anybody that rewatched the stream for 2 hours and 24 minutes that did not participate in the giveaway. I just want you to know you did not miss out. I want everybody who, even if you watched, if you're still watching, whatever, if you're watching this at all, you can comment down below on how many tanks you think we have exactly set up at the end of this stream. And the first person to get that right, we have a special gift for you. So whether you watched or not, a little gift giveaway for those replay watchers as well. Thank you to all of our mods. A special big thank you to Crypt Keeper. The work you are doing behind the scenes, that you're helping us out with some descriptions and other videos and stuff like that. The Crypt Keeper question of the week and much more. Please, everybody, if you haven't seen his videos that he just did, he's got 2 unboxing videos. They're well put together, and his channel is well worth the follow as well. So 2 great channels right there. Go to those guys and have a great night. Thank you for watching. And until next time, y'all have a good one.
Have a good night.
Don't comment. Comment